How to write an essay about autumn guidelines. In India, autumn comes after the rainy season or monsoon. The transition from one season to the other is beautiful, which you may describe. The sky clears, the moisture in the air dips. However, you don't have to start the essay with a sentence like autumn comes after monsoon. You can start your essay with any thought or description about autumn. Number 2. In cold countries, leaves change color from green to yellow, red, brown, gray, and black. The landscape looks very beautiful. The forests look colorful. You may describe this even if you haven't visited that country. You may view pictures of these autumnal landscapes online as shown in photographs and paintings. You can go through books to see these pictures or visit an art gallery. In India, this change in color of foliage isn't so dramatic, especially in warm regions. Nevertheless, we see more leaves turning yellow in color and falling to the ground. Use your 5 sense organs to describe autumn: eyes, sight, ears, hearing, tongue, taste, nose, smell, skin, touch. Look around and see for yourself how nature changes and living beings behave differently in autumn. I miss not seeing the snails, toads, and frogs of the rainy season. Nevertheless, autumn has a beauty of its own. I can't hear the rain anymore. As winter approaches, less birds chirp. Every season has distinct dishes in various parts of the world. And that's because different fruits, vegetables, and grains are harvested in various seasons, or they are tastier during specific seasons. Go to the bazaar and ask greengrocers and fruit sellers about season-specific vegetables and fruits. Describe how you cook those delicacies and what they taste like. How do the fruits and vegetables smell? When you step on dry leaves, you hear a crunchy sound. They feel crispy and crunchy as well. Dry. The earth was wet and damp in the rainy season, but now the soil seems dry. Ask people all over India and the world about sights, sounds, tastes, smells, and how the world feels like in autumn. If you live in the city, describe autumn in the villages and countryside as well. If you live in the village, describe the season in cities and towns as well. I'd encourage teachers to start letter writing and video chats so that city and village students can communicate with one another to share their experiences of the seasons. Poor people suffer a lot when nights get longer and colder, especially towards the end of autumn. Desert nights are quite chilly in autumn. Those living in mountains may shiver because they can't buy warm clothes. If you are privileged, living in a cozy home, have many sweaters, and can drink hot beverages easily, it may be difficult to understand what they go through, write about their ordeals, and how we can help them. Describe autumn in India, Asia, and the world. I'd encourage teachers to share these descriptions with students. Making friends, letter and email writing with students in foreign schools will be a good cultural exchange in this matter. Every season has its distinct festivals. As this channel is mainly for students whose mother tongue is Bengali, you may mention Durga Puja, Kali Puja, and Diwali. I encourage you to mention festivals celebrated in India and different countries. There's a scientific reason why autumn happens. And then there's folklore. These stories were made when many people didn't know the exact reason why autumn happened. You may retell these folk stories briefly, mentioning the country of origin. You can discuss autumn mythology. I've mentioned how trees look different in autumn. Plants bear less flowers. You'll see less birds and bees drinking nectar from them. Also mention how animals and birds behave during autumn. Animals start preparing for hibernation, not all of them though, but those animals which start preparing for hibernation start eating more, as the body fat will keep them warm and sustain them in winter. Some animals start gathering food to store in their homes. Birds migrate to warmer countries where there is ample food. But if we cut trees and fill lakes to make tall buildings instead, then many of those migratory birds will die. They won't find their familiar turf where they thrived, where they had nested and bred after having flown for miles. You may mention that we need to preserve wetlands and forests to save the world's biodiversity. It's not just birds which migrate. Butterflies do. Land and sea animals migrate. Winter comes after autumn. In very cold countries, trees get bare of leaves and snow covers the branches in winter. You may briefly mention how autumn glides into winter. It's not compulsory though that you have to end your essay like this. You may you may conclude the essay describing the season at its colorful best. The melancholy or sense of calm it may induce in you, or in any other way. Thank you.